Okay, so this is what I want to talk to you about today. First off, let me, the purpose of this is like leadership and management. We're going to talk about that for about 5 minutes, and I want to talk to you about a new play. So, in my table, you guys have heard this. In my table, let's say this is my table, and I don't know. Hate to say I don't know. Let's say I got a lot of love in my heart. At my table, we're all at the same table. I'm at Rob's table, hopefully, and Rob's definitely at my table. But let's say here's my table. This is high school. We're sitting at the bench. Definitely John Payne is here. Okay, you guys hear me talking a lot about Casey Cox. Perhaps it could be Trey. On and on. Okay. And then, we're like all part of a bigger group. And within that larger table, let's call it like the sales department. Sales department's right here. Okay. So the sales department looks like this. And let's just say within that there's like the appointment setter table. And these guys aren't quite there, but they're hopefully going to get there one day. Okay, everybody tracking what I'm saying so far?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Okay, so where I sit, the expectation in the standard is nothing less than like excellence. And we're going for perfection. Okay, so like I'm not going to have people sit with me that cheat on their spouse or people that do drugs. That's just my own personal opinion. Or, that beat their kids, or that like, just are out of alignment, out of ethics. That's one thing. The second thing is I'm not going to have people at this table that really don't produce. That's my own personal thing. So my framework that I use at this point, everybody should kind of have heard this. I say, number one, like what I'm looking for is I'm looking for who's real. Who's real? Doesn't mean you're the toughest guy. Doesn't mean you're ready to go beat somebody. I'm not talking about that. Who keeps their word? Who has compassion? Who is kind? Who can you rely on? Who is just a good person, like a good neighbor? Hey neighbor, I know you're going out of town. I'll watch your house for you. Hey neighbor, don't worry about your mail. I'll take it inside. Just a good person. Hey, oh my gosh, I had no one else to call. Nobody picked up. I'm down the road. I got a flat tire. Don't worry, I'll be right there. I said, find out who's real. Does anybody know what I do next after I find out who's real? Okay, glad we're talking about this.
Bring them up.
Follow up to success.
Treat them like family.
Keep my family good.
Treat them like family. Okay, so a lot of times you'll see people in San Diego here from out of town, and you'll see them with me on Thanksgiving, or you'll see you'll see them with me at my daughter's birthdays. If you guys follow my stories, you'll see me with Gage. I took him to the Thor movie, to watch the new Thor movie. He was so happy when Thor ripped off all his clothes. He was so happy. It was weird.
That was my favorite part too.
Okay, we guys get along. So you treat them like family. Hey, bro, I'm about to go grab something to eat. You want something? Hey, bro, I'm about to go grab a coffee. Would you like one? Hey, bro, I know you're out of town. What are you doing for Thanksgiving? You treat them like family, man. But you don't do that to a rattlesnake. You don't do that to a person that's not, like, I don't want to say not worthy of that, but that's not going to reciprocate. Find out who's real. Treat them like family. Step number 3, push their success. Push their success. Okay, there's a guy I've been hanging out with for about 2 weeks now, Van Taylor. I'm sure everybody has kind of seen Van around. Van was an inner circle student of mine in 2019. The first month I met him, he made $250,000. This is a big boy. Physically, he's big. He's about 6'3", 260. But I'm not talking about that. He's a big being. He's a big, when you guys meet him, you're going to feel him. I introduced him to my Lamborghini friends. He's buying a McLaren today. And they're like, dude, your Van is a freaking beast. You could just feel it. Me, I like to keep it goofy. I like to keep it light. I like to just make a lot of jokes. but I lean on people if I have to and lean on things if I have to. That's just not right. Like my first thing. So what am I talking about? Van's back in the mix. He's helped bring in some deals. He's made 100. I got to look at it. I'm going to show you in just a second. He's made about $180,000 in the first 11 days of the month. Today's what, the 13th now? Yeah. First 11 days of the month, he made 180 G's in collections, cash in the till. Okay. And yesterday, I didn't hear anything from Van. Tuesday, I didn't hear anything from Van. I spoke to Van this morning. You guys still tracking what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. I spoke to Van this morning at 7:40. So you're talking about 39 minutes ago. I said, hey, Van, let me tell you something. Let me give you my little framework. I find out who's real, tell them a little pitch on that, treat them like family, and I push their success. I said, Van, you're at the point of your career, bro, that nobody's pushing you. Just like people don't want to push me. You're like the big fish in the room everywhere you go. And like people are not stepping up to you and push you. I said, dude, because I'm a good friend, I want to push your success. He's like, okay, Mike, what are you thinking? Bro, you did 180, whatever the number is. I'll show you the number in 11 days. And I didn't hear from you Monday. I didn't hear from you Tuesday. It's all good, bro. Between now and the end of the week, I want you to bring in 100. And you bring in 100 because he's moving to San Diego on Friday as well. He's all in. He got a house in La Jolla. It's $10,000 a month. And, it's a beautiful house. You guys will see it when you're here. And basically, I said, hey, man, here's the deal. Nobody's pushing you. Let's play a game. You bring in 100 between now and the end of the week. And he has, I'll show you his family right now. He has he has a 10-year-old son. I would say like a 2-year-old baby and like a 6-year-old. So I said, you and your wife won't have to worry about San Diego. I am going to get you guys zoo passes for the whole family, wild animal park passes for the whole family. He doesn't know. There's a 2-for-1. He don't got to know that. I'm going to get you SeaWorld passes. I know people don't like SeaWorld no more because the Blackfish movie. Okay. And also I'm going to get you passes to all the museums in Balboa Park. Balboa Park is the biggest urban park in the country, and they have all the cool museums. Kevin Coy's nodding his head because you've been there, right? Yep. Cool spot. So this is all the stuff that you can do with your family. This is stuff I want to do. I got those passes. Okay, except for the Blackfish one. So now he's like, bro, you're on. Consider it done. And he's like, we don't really have much to talk. I'm jumping on a plane right now. I'm coming to San Diego. And he'll be here, I believe, like 1 o'clock. He's coming right now. And he's going to go do that. What is the point? People need a game to play. Even a big boy like Van, who made 7 figures last year, who had 28 exotic cars for his car rental business, and this Spider, and this $300,000 Urus, and and on and on and on. And these are his cars. Okay, Lamborghini, Porsche. Okay, McLaren Spider, another Lamborghini, looks the same, but it's a different car. Okay, so it's very unlikely that he's gonna hit the mark. Just okay. So now, why did I bring this up? There's a guy you may have heard who's been consistently, bringing in anywhere from $250,000 to $350,000 in the till, cash collected every single month. Thank you very much. Can you put this in the fridge for me? This one? Okay, thank you. I'm gonna swap it out. Okay, you didn't put nothing funny in here, right? Okay, the last person put something in. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Okay. So sorry. So there's a guy who was at the very top of the org board, and then he stopped wanting to do that. So he started moving to the sales director, and he stopped wanting to do that, and he wanted to take care of himself, and he became a closer. And this individual was going up and down saying, I'm making more money as a closer. I don't have to, I don't even have to, work as hard. I cut him. I cut him on Monday, this guy. And there's more to it. And he's going to come back tomorrow because John's like, we're going to give him the benefit of the doubt. Listen, there's a certain standard at this table. If you want to be over here, dude, and fine. I'm not holding Brandon Flinders to that standard. I could. But with this other guy, we cut our hand and bled and we shook it. And we said, we're all in. Me and Brandon Flinders really never done that. What needs to happen for Brandon Flinders is Casey's in between two tables. And Casey needs to uphold the standard. Okay, but he's not quite there yet. So what am I saying? What I'm saying is that I am holding people that sit at my table, my executive council, to the same level of excellence as I do myself. And I don't waver. I have a guy who's consistently brought in $250,000 to $350,000 all year long. It's automatic. The day I let him go, he brought in a $40,000 deal collected. Hey man, come here, let me talk to you. And he's gone. And if he does this thing right, maybe John will let him back, but I don't want him back. All I know is I was in Atlanta Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I love my wife and my kids. I haven't seen them. Guess what I'm doing Saturday? I'm going all in. Guess what I'm doing Sunday? Nobody's at the office. I'm going all in, leaving at 1 o'clock, and we had the winery plans. I'm not even worried about the winery. So if I'm going to do that, the people that are sitting there that cut their hand and bled and said, Mike, I got you. I'm not going to, you can't hang with me, dude. You should have never even went there. You should have just stayed in the sales room. You should just stayed in the marketing department. You should never came to my table. Okay. So what is the point? The point is the goal should be perfection, which is unattainable. It's impossible. Ray Lewis, okay, arguably the greatest defensive player of all time, he's not even perfection. Tom Brady's not even perfection. Michael Jordan is not even perfection. Lawrence Taylor, excuse me. The goal is perfection. Somewhere along the lines, you will land on excellence if you make that your goal. Okay. Is there any questions, comments, or thoughts before we transition? Okay.
Clear. Very clear.
That's what that you have to hold yourself to that standard. You have to. That's just the difference. And these things go on when nobody's looking. And that's when it's time to shine. And then really it's your time to shine. The stars shine the brightest when the lights are on. Oh my gosh, I'm on the podcast. There's 30 people looking at me. All right, let's go. You want to remember that. It's your time to shine.